Everybody, before we get into this early afternoon update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring within the update. I talked in this morning's update. If you haven't seen the XRP technical analysis, I highly encourage you check that out, along with the second update today with the breaking news of a possible settlement conference thanks to Judge Sarah Netburn, or Magistrate Judge. So pay attention to that, as official document 879 came out with the Ripple versus SEC, and it hints that a settlement could be sooner than later. But for the here and now, Bitcoin, I promised an update this morning on it, this early afternoon. Bitcoin is in a broadening wedge pattern. It's in our best interest for Bitcoin to come down to around 29,280. I did an update last night about it. Hopefully some of you have seen it. We flipped the Gaussian channel in the weekly on Sunday to bullish for the first time. Well, we held it in the area. Now in this entire week, in order for us to confirm this flip, we would have to get back over 30,000 roughly, and get back on top of the entirety of the weekly channel. But right now, in the here and now, we're looking for a breakdown to 29,280 on the short-term bear flag, coming down for the third hit of support on the support within the broadening wedge, and we need this volatility to have an incredible spike back up. We're still within a broader bull flag. Well, I mean, it's what can be contrived or conceived as a bull flag with Bitcoin, but I like to say it's in a broadening wedge right now, and I'll show you the evidence of that like I did yesterday. And right now it's completely anticipated because the technical target off that lost or on the bear flag that was formed in the short term is 29,280 approximately. We came pretty close to it, but we still have a little bit more room to go. So this is standard operating procedure. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't let your emotions make a poor decision, and use positivity over negativity. Good early afternoon, 1:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So this is the pattern that I presented for everybody yesterday. It shows the broadening wedge forming, and you only need 2 hits of support and resistance to confirm the broadening wedge. Support, resistance, back down to support, resistance. Now could we be hitting a third time on support, which would be around 29,280. It's actually a little bit higher than that where we're at. No, it's right around 29,280. So that's where we'd be hitting and trying to hold support here, which what still looks like a bull flag in the making. It's actually in a broadening wedge formation. This is actually a very bullish formation if we hold this support, because in a broadening wedge, it is a neutral continuation pattern. But with that being said, it oftentimes, after the initial reversal of the pattern formation, so in this case, it was bullish up. Now the consolidation is bearish, but it's actually signaling a further move up as the neutral continuation pattern within a broadening wedge. It ultimately signals the continuation of a pattern. Initially, it reverses for consolidation. So if this had been breaking down, this would be a form or a signal that we would be breaking down farther, but we would add a spike up initially. And right now, we'd be at the top of the broadening wedge if we were breaking down. But it would be a different formation, but you get what I'm saying. So right now in this pattern formation, because it came up bullish after a bearish consolidation, which actually is pretty bullish in this case because the volume portfolio is not increasing on this drop down so greatly. So there's not that much sell volume here. So pay attention to this on the broadening wedge now. If we maintain bullishness, this is exactly what XRP did. It came down, re-hit the broadening wedge, and then it had a parabolic spike out. So it's pretty much mimicking the XRP pattern. And now XRP is in a bull flag consolidation. And I implore you to watch my update from this morning, because there's no reason for me to revamp it, because it was a tremendous update. And it's worth watching, I promise you. So right now, as I said, support. We're below 30,000 right now, which is also the channel. It's also below the CME gap. But it's a completely healthy consolidation to come down here on this formed broadening wedge. But if it breaks below it and we use it as resistance, and then you ultimately see us down below 28,438 and we get rejected there, that's a sign we're probably coming all the way back down to 25,194. It could get worse than that though, but this could be forming a Bart Simpson top. But we have to pay attention to the possibility that this broadening wedge is what is forming right now, as we've already had 2 hits on both sides. Nobody says we can't break down out of the broadening wedge, but unless we get a big shot below, if 29,280 holds or anywhere in between, this broadening wedge is going to satisfy what it needs to do, and it'll bounce all the way back to the top side. Even if it doesn't break out, if you were to hold the broadening wedge, you would make it to where you have a little support here, but even if you didn't break out, it would be a 10% move back to the top to 32,000 approximately. So that would be your targeted move. If we hold the broadening wedge support, your technical target is up to 32,000. A breakout of the broadening wedge now, your technical target, which we already have measured out here, and I have it conservatively right now, is 35,054. 35,054 would be your first target of a breakout out of the broadening wedge. So just pay attention to this. But we're on a very big broadening wedge right now. It's becoming it's much more volatile than it was. So I hope this update helped bring you a little bit of knowledge. If you appreciate what I do, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Share this far and wide so more people can hear the actual truth and not FUD-based technical analysis. And also, if you appreciate the fact that I do this with no paid promotion, no paid advertising, and no paid sponsorships at any time, and I don't hide anything behind a firewall, consider joining Tom's Army to pay it forward to show your support, and or sending a YouTube super chat. Make sure you use emotionless positivity over negativity. We don't play the victim in this community. We are winners, and we're going to make winning decisions.